Long delay here before we get into it. And finally, pistol round is upon us. Mythic versus Eros kicking it off here in the DreamHack Open 46 closed qualifier. And immediately, I can't even vamp up because we're going up here. Eros in towards the vents to start off this pistol round. And Mythic already on the back foot. But so is Umar. He's down. And it's a 4 versus 4. Straight off the rip into the pistol. And this is Eros' map pick. Looking to start this T-side off with a frenzy here. Lex trying to slow them down just a bit. Cryptic dancing between the ramp side. 2 on the pistol round. Maintaining his pistol round dominance from Cryptic. Series-wide, all of today, he's been a monster on the pistol round. And he's going to continue so. It's leaving J-Dubs in a 1 versus 3. His position's known. And he's without a kit. Looking to be the pistol here for Eros. And Cryptic is going to lock it in with a 4-piece. And already Eros off to the right foot. Quickly down the vents. And they take the B site.
And on top of it, as you said, Cryptic already popping off. 4K on the first round. Quick to start. Just classic vent drop. And just able to get all those picks with that Glock on ramp. And just able to just run over everyone. And make sure that his team gets that first round.
Gonna be the force buy-in now from the Eros camp. Or rather, what am I saying? The Mythic camp. They got the Deegs out. Lots of players towards Mini and outside. So Umar has to tread with caution. Trying to cross out in the middle of the open because J-Dubs is here. Take one head and Jojo with another. The Deagles showing up, but quickly swept aside. Back down to the 3 versus 3.
This gives the perfect space to pick up weapons or potentially just cause some trouble. That molly will stop Lex from going towards a poor duel and maybe his demise with that Mag 7. Maybe wanting to take some inspiration from Lowrider and just ignore range requirements with the weapon.
Oh my. Yeah, jeez. The Mag 7, with like recent updates, has just turned into a sniper rifle. I don't know what it is.
It can be, but you have to land directly on the head or else it's just like a 50 HP tag.
Yeah, exactly. See if Flom... He doesn't have the sniper. He has a P250, but it's a bit of a long shot from an op. At least spots it. At least stays alive. Maybe for not much longer as Laercy swings out. And the rest of the Deegs looking to get mopped up here. The Fort Spy. Not looking to be successful here unless Sluggy can land a couple of body shots. Low HP on a couple of these players. Could tee him up for some success. He doesn't have a rifle to work with. This one is looking to be put to bed. Sluggy doesn't find a kill immediately. He could consider a save. Or he's just going to go for it anyways. Never mind. He
could just go ahead and catch them on the exits, maybe.
Yeah,
so
that's also
HP.
an option. And they're actually walking in his general direction. See, Laercy going to lose his head, but I, with the blind side, will take him down. Finally, with a little bit of delay, Eros get their second.
Yeah, just a second or two later. It was just fortunate due to timing. If it was just right, he could have just locked down, taken the 2 out, likely without taking any damage from either of them. Since he's able to one-shot with that Deagle after all, and then have the pressure of Jason left 1v1, trying to get out of the B-bomb site with that AK. Or maybe just going to window room, worst case. But looks like we're going back into a little bit more of a slow default. Despite the pistols in play.
Ooh, but Jojo definitely going to go for this little angle behind back credit. Making himself noisy. Going to receive a molly in turn. So Eros will just work this outside lurk of Cryptic and maybe hit towards the A site. That's where things can get lethal here. Someone wants to pull up here from Mythic. There's nothing really stopping him from doing so. Eros need to still remain clean on a bomb site execute, and that they will. Mauling out towards the ramp room, forcing back Sluggy, and Laercy doing entry duty with the MAC-10, happily so. And Sluggy will at least get 1. Actually, a second! Oh, okay. That's a bit dangerous. The trades are in, though. Still a 3-on-3. Now, is there going to be someone else who's going to answer the call? Bomb plant looking to be set down here.
A little bit of the gun stuck through, so Jason was able to react before any flashbang or utility went off. Cryptic does have this flank. It's all up to J-Dubs, just staying here in control. They haven't put this bomb down yet, so could find some space for a pick here.
Yeah, Jojo is coming in from the ramp side. Umar, gotta be careful. But Jojo can't quite connect. Can't fault him. Long range with the dig. And as well as the player looking away from you also makes that headshot even harder to hit. This is going to be a third for Eros, and of course no harm, no foul. This was the full eco here from Mythic. So now we're going to be talking real Counter-Strike in the next round. And there will be an op for Flom. He's saved for this. He only had a P250 in the previous round. So there will be stuff to talk about here. But if Eros continue this early lead, things could not bode well for Mythic. We'll see. Bomb's going to go off, and we're going to get into our first gun round.
Yeah, it's going to be a big question how Mythic want to try to adjust. Eros mainly focusing a little bit on outside, but just their main goal in mind is always making sure they get that B bomb site and just abusing the strength of the after plant from there. So, seeing how Mythic want to try to deal with that on this first full buy is going to be very important to dictate the pace and see if they can adjust to Eros's strong plans, or if they're going to struggle and Eros might start showing their dominance on their map pick on the T side.
Gonna take some space outside is Cryptic. See a little set maneuver here. Trying to insert Cryptic in a weaselly spot. Maybe going for a mini split. Keep the options open for the Eros side. Actually looking to make a nuisance towards ramp. Gonna flash in. Sluggy takes a couple pot shots. Laircy gets past the line. They actually get some ramp control. Flom, though, has a very wide gap in that smoke. And he's looking to exploit it here.
They seem aware that it's there, thankfully. For them, at least.
So they're going to proceed down towards the ramp, but Sluggy takes the initial duel. Perfect bait and switch as well, as Flom has the line covered and takes down Jason. 3-on-5 here. It's going to have to be something here from the lurk of Cryptic. Coming in through Mini. Will the timing benefit him? No, but the frag will. He only receives a dig. Takes that kill. But here's J-Dubs. Goes 1 for 1. Can Umar escape down the vents, though? Lex is going to drop off from the top of the site. And Umar has made his way down the vents with 40 seconds remaining. But Sluggy, if he drops Cryptic, Umar is in a world of hurt.
It's
he's holding.
destined at this point. Nothing that can be done. It's going to be easy. Just a single shot takes him down, holding the angle. Umar will at least be able to get that bomb down. Try to keep that economy healthy on that T side. But it'd be a miracle for him to get this 1v3.
He could do this. He's made a little bit of a reposition. He's coming back around from decon. Will they check for this? If Mythic are too slow, Umar can activate on this flank. Defuse is being stuck. No, it's a fake. And Umar runs out of bullets, unfortunately, and can't finish off Lex. And so this will allow the defuse to come in for Mythic. And they'll get their first gun round. But Umar looked like he had a chance there.
Absolutely had the possibility, just another shot or two, and that would have been a free pick. Though that said, with Flom being very solid on that wallbang shot, able to land that flick to be able to take him down, question I have to ask is, regardless, once that door has been melted with all those bullets through it, broken apart, is there really anything that he can do? He has to reload that AK, not going to have any mag left, and his option would otherwise be a Glock. Be a very difficult clutch to make in that situation. Especially with Flom just having a free open window broken for him to be able to get that pick.
Outside, very fast here from Eros. Stampeding down towards Secret. But J-Dubs going to try and hold him up for a little bit. Overrun by the convoy of players. There is a response from JoJo. 3-on-4. But Eros have at least a player down Secret. They have pressure on the map despite being in a man disadvantage.
Yeah, that's the value of that tunnel control. They still have 2 around this A site, but the fact that Ramp's still being passively checked by Flom means that'll be difficult to get more people down there, especially right now. Squeaky Molly put that pick from Laircy's going to help. He's going for 2 and finds it.
What?
Taking down JoJo, and now this A site's open.
Mythic, they need this kill. Flom goes down. Just a contact play out from A. Laircy gets 2 kills. And it leaves only Sluggy, who's very likely to save. Once the bomb gets escorted to the proper site, that is. And I think he's just about gonna get it. Digit's gonna get punched in. And Sluggy has quite the task in front of him. But he is in the realms of ability here. Spots Jason.
Oh.
Instant headshot. Alright, that'll definitely draw him closer into this site. These two players are completely utilityless. He spots the player towards the hut. Time beginning to tick, though. Nade. Will it dissuade them? Sluggy has to go for these frags effectively. Makes the defuse. Makes Laircy forward, but it's not the instant headshot that he so desires. And Laircy will get his three-piece. Eros with the fourth. And Mythic back down to square one.
That's certainly one of those just spray duels that you end up having that will make you want to punch your desk. Just a beautiful spray, but just none of the bullets connecting, just a little bit off target, swinging back and forth, and with that, it means Eros are able to get that fourth massive recovery on that 3v4, able to handle that man disadvantage, utilize the space that they had. It means Mythic are back to pistols, only Sluggy with this single M4 to maybe give Mythic at least a slight chance of causing some damage.
And more of these outside defaults, Umar. If he had an op, he'd be using it outside. But with the AK, he'll do the same alongside his teammates in Cryptic. And really, Eros, with this full outside control, they can feel comfortable in calling whatever site execute they want. Plenty of utility to just run through the pistols here. It'd have to be an error from Eros to really have this round go Mythic's way.
Absolutely, and I think the goal is they need to try to avoid this M4 so they can't even have a chance of getting any impact with it. Haven't been able to find anything yet, and believe Sluggy's looking towards outside. Just chilling towards that CT area. Looking for an outside lurk to come on in, but he's given up ramp. Looks like he's interested in trying to retake and do these duels, and able to catch Jason midair. That's at least 1 pound. Trying to blind fire the second, but instead just takes half his HP away as they drop down to the ramp, and this round has certainly been sealed.
J-Dubs is here in rotation, but he needs to pull up a massive set of frags, and Lex tries to add some chaos to it, but J-Dubs can't take down Cryptic, and that might just spell the end of the round here. Sluggy, another 1 versus 3. This one slightly more undoable than the last. Now mollied out of position without a kid. It's going to be 5 here for Eros, it feels. Barrel spotted.
AK should be sticking out.
Oh, there you go. That barrel spotted from Laircy's end. Sluggy's going to go for this pre-fire. Ready? He gets it immediately, but not ready for the trade fragger. Excellent work there from Cryptic. Another 4-piece for the man. He's 11 and 2. And that's 5 for Eros.
Yeah, single-handedly just dominating over Mythic, getting these picks and openings, and then just getting some more to close it off. Just able to play around his team and just find any essential frags needed. But now we have an interesting situation. Double Augs out for J-Dub and Sluggy. Plum with this AWP to try to compete. And Eros are still with the 5 rifle setup, just going for these more brawly duels. It's going to be a very important round for Mythic to obtain. Well, the scoreline might start getting very absurd in favor of Eros.
Lots of Augs brought out for the Mythic side. That's how Nuke is. You have lots of long-range angles. You can use it even in the close-range angles. It can do some good work. It does have a one-shot headshot capability, but you have to be able to hug your opponent for that. Umar is sending out warm welcomes here on the A site, taking down Lex. Jojo is aware of Umar's presence and will be able to take him out. Just barely, though. Cryptic with the immediate trade as Jojo overextends. Man advantage for Eros, and they can just pull the strings. They can do whatever they want in this round. It's up to Mythic to change that.
Currently not many risks being taken. Flom's just trying to get a little bit of info outside, but otherwise very passive position. Sluggy just now starting to walk towards B. J-Dub's anchoring A. They just don't have the information until Flom's deciding to go ramp here. Could be getting a feed. Needs to land the first shot and just quickly. He's getting the time to change his position. That's a free first frag. Quickly dropping down, swapping with the rifle. Sluggy's going to take this next contact. Doesn't find the frag though.
You know both players are here. I eventually is able to flank in from the B site. And luckily, stop Flom from getting too out of hand. It's down to J-Dubs again. Been in this position. He was exactly here in the pistol round. And he pull up. First headshot found on the eye. 10 seconds remaining. Valerski's going to hit the shot. And Eros continue their reign of dominance on this T side. Seems like Mythic, they have a small chance, but it just fizzles right in front of their eyes.
Yeah, with time running so low there, after getting that first pick, and second he hears footsteps, I'm surprised he swings wider to try to go for that duel, can try to stall at that point, try to slow it down and force him to take a duel that would be preferred for them to take to win the round, holding with that AUG, or even just time out the round. They can jump away across that dangerous decon door being opened on up. Now they have a half-buy economy, and they have to figure out how they want to use it. They've now been put in this challenging situation. Eros with 6 on this T side, starting to be positioned, have the rest of the half still, just to get the initial lead before halftime.
Yeah, timeout called in from Mythic. Surprised it's this round, because the timeout's likely called for what's going to be happening next. Maybe to reset the mental a little bit here. Because Eros have been running around and dominating them in the fragging, and the trading ability is the big factor there. They've been getting mana advantages, and they've been able to hold on to them on a consistent basis. It almost got out of hand in that previous round, and it could get out of hand here. Jojo hears all of these players crossing towards Secret, but this time, Cryptic deletes Jojo. J-Dubs will do the same, but still, incredible shots going both ways. Jason trying to solo entry towards ramp. He actually goes down. The pistols are finding success. 2v4.
Yeah, there's a lot of good trading done between outside, just having J-Dubs, it was, able to just swing outside on Mini and just take that trade. Even though there was an amazing flick landed on Jojo, that immediate trade came on through. And that's where the one issue comes in with all these trades going on. This A site's the only place that's been left exposed with a single player. And with that pick being taken out, means they can work around this site.
They're hesitant, though. They're trying to clear out everything. They don't believe that it's completely clear. And as the smoke and mirrors disappear, Flom has found a way to reappear and then disappear. What a magical act there from Flom. I thought he would have a chance to shoot some players in the back. He doesn't get that. Ooh, J-Dubs inside the vent, though. Will they drop down the vent? Will they be dropping into the waiting arms of J-Dubs? He gets the first kill. I thinks twice about that. And he's like, yeah, I'll take my chance. I'll go plant towards the A site.
Oh, reading the fake on the bomb plant. Absolute amazing move. He just moves up the ladder again, baiting him off, allowing Sluggy to get that frag. Absolutely beautiful. I've never seen tactical noise bait with the ladder before. That's certainly a new one.
That was very well played there from Mythic. Just in the moment as well. They jump down in the J-Dubs, though. That is the real killer for Eros. That is a painful way to lose a round. It's just, you think you have a snap decision available to you, but you get dealt a heavy hand. Luck not on your side. And now Eros, they've taken a lot of losses in this. Oh, but the one-way play from Umar takes Jojo out of the round. There's still some fight here in this force fight from Eros. Umar, though, he's out of it. Solid shot there from Sluggy at range. Nice shooting here from J-Dubs. Clean shots all around here from Mythic. Looking to stabilize here on the CT side. The money has officially run out for Eros. And so has the HP bars. It's going to be a third here for Mythic.
And J-Dubs with 3K Jojo has had a pretty decent start, but every single time he's been hard countered and taken down, he always can rely on J-Dubs finding these trades to get a response and just cause that trouble, slow down these outside takes, and cause problems for Eros. And now it's starting to be enough, allowing Mythic to win these rounds.
Rare you see a CT side get any freebies, but this is going to be one of them. Full eco from the T side. T side economy has finally been broken. So here you go. Just a couple of free firing kills here from Jojo. He can enjoy life. He's loving it outside. He's enjoying his vitamin D.
Getting a little bit of revenge from the last round. We're able to find that beautiful one-way. And just 2 Glocks left, as that Deagle's, I think, been personally taken by someone on Mythic. And JoJo's pushing even further. And that's bomb down left in the open. And Lyrcy doesn't even have the range to engage, let alone ideal weaponry.
Yeah, a 1v5. Oh, God. JoJo
Does land the dink.
yeah. In the end, though, that's only a silver lining. Even then, they dealt 0 damage, effectively, to the Mythic economy. And so with that, I'll be rocking a decent cushion going into this 11th round of the half. And if Mythic want to make their CT side resurgence, now's the chance. But I would think they almost need to close out the half 9-6. It's still a difficult road for the CT side. And with Eros back with the guns, win this round, and Mythic will just be shattered again.
Yeah, it certainly should be the goal. Considering the more puggy style, I have a feeling trying to get rounds on the T side of Nuke might be a bit of a nightmare for Mythic, especially with how strong the communication is, you mentioned, for Eros. Such an important factor, being able to rotate and read correctly on the CT side. And if they have that good coordination to work together, it's going to be difficult for Mythic to be able to surprise them and find these openings. Oh,
JoJo. He swings wide. It might be false information, though. Oh, he's going to get flashed further forward, take a couple pot shots, and there comes Cryptic, hiding behind the red box for the entirety of that sequence, and he takes down JoJo. Outside has gone dark for Mythic. They have no idea what's about to hit him. Sluggy, now he realizes, now he runs. Tries to buy time for Flom to get into position, but a smoke thrown his way. Off shot missed. No scope attempted, just for the content factor. And in the meantime, Eros are already down towards Secret. Sluggy is on an island. He's going to get crunched from 2 different sides in just a few short moments. He's going to have to pull up big, but at the same time, the lobby, the cavalry has arrived from the flank. But Cryptic and Lyrcy are dismantling it kill by kill. Lyrcy is able to fall down, back down towards the lower site, trying to duel out further. But Flom and Lex have reeled it back in. It's a 2 versus 2 coming into the retake.
It took too long trying to wrap around and capture this ramp player, and it's allowed Mythic to do their own wrap back. But now Flom's left in the 1v2 with the AWP, and this double stack is so devastating. Be a miracle for him to find one, but I's giving the opportunity, but Flom's not able to land the quick scope to give himself the chance in the clutch.
7-4 now. Eros, still money in the bank for Mythic, but the round count is what matters here. I feel like every round Eros gets is just an extra one, a bonus on this T side. I do note that Eros is a pretty T-sided team. It feels at times. Sometimes they can't get things going on the CT side, so there's room to think a Mythic can put together a T side on this map. But win this round from...
If there's a map other than Ancient you expect there to be a very comfortable CT side on reliably, it certainly would be Nuke.
Definitely here. Go ahead and check out the stats here for Eros, and okay, they are a very CT-sided team on a map like Nuke. So that's a nice flashbang. Or actually, I'm not sure if that landed intentionally or not. But in any case,
seems it did. A very tight pop flash for that fence position in the corner behind the box.
I see. Like playing on like the slope.
Yeah.
Interesting little flashbang. No one was home, though. Flom is currently playing in the J Hall. They have... Is that in Secret? It is. JoJo is inside a Secret right now. This is a position that he hasn't been tested in yet. Eros haven't gotten the JoJo experience from this position. It seems like... seem aware.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Shot almost... hitting. That position's just so sneaky to have, just right next to the secret stairs. It's probably just as insulting as the P90 when you get caught off guard by it.
Eros are going to group up to this inner site with 20 seconds remaining on the clock. And they don't have any utility, keep in mind. This could be brutal. They at least have the smoke for Mini. It's going to be down to Lex here. And J-Dubs, who pushes through the Mini smoke. Lex from the back of the site has gotten himself one, gotten himself a second. It's a clean bomb site hold from Mythic on the A site. Eros, they burn all their gas before They reach their destination, and Mythic will capitalize. 5th round for them. Big round to win. Eros are broke yet again.
I think this is where the relevance of the experience starts coming in. Mythic's actually starting to come together and find ways to test Eros, and Eros are struggling to find answers. That round just stalling reluctantly all the way to the 20-second mark and just exploding into a bomb site and just getting torn apart. But for now, we got a pretty classic mix-up of a ramp rush coming on through. Sluggy to be the victim.
He is out of there, and Flom is getting his chance at a shooting gallery wheeled out right in front of him, personally for him. And he'll finish the job alongside JoJo. And a quick clicking cleanup. I tried to find a way to weave in click in that phrase. In any case, anti-eco swept aside here. Eros will get their buy back in. This time around, though, I'm sure they don't want to go with that slow grind of a round like we saw previous. Maybe a change of pace is what's going to be called upon in this rifle round.
Absolutely. 2 rounds left, and the money situation will likely be weird for Eros if they don't convert this one. So could let Mythic at least get the winning half on Nuke for this first half. Doing the beautiful outside smokes, able to set up that coordination, and a little bit off on the angle too. Maybe to avoid the molly, but still one will be thrown late. And Umar almost finds that frag despite running through fire and flying through the air. J-Dubs barely takes him down, just holding on with 39 HP.
Eros are not dissuaded by J-Dubs, though. They want to keep pushing forward. They want to get this kill. They want to take him down. J-Dubs up for it. First shot found, headshot no less, and he'll back off with that kill. J-Dubs has stolen away 2 kills so far in this round. And he can get a couple more his way. Eros still with 50 seconds to choose their fate. But it seems like every single one of them is pointing in the wrong direction. J-Dubs is still the only man here on the site, but at the same time, JoJo has dropped down I. And all the spam really is just information being handed over to Mythic. So they'll be able to rotate in at time, surely. And looking to put this one to bed.
Not often you see a player standing on top of the silo for protection and cover from getting spammed, but it may mean J-Dubs gets sidewind from window here in just a second. Jason's creeping on out, but Sluggy has his cover.
And another flawless round, another flawless gun round for Mythic. That's three rounds in a row that nobody has died. Eros playing on peaceful mode, or rather, Mythic playing on peaceful mode right now. It seems like there's no hostile mobs in the server. Get roasted. Mythic with this final round at the half. 15. Round number 15, and they can put themselves up an 8 and make this comeback happen. I believe, this was a 6-3 affair, and Mythic started running it all the way back. And if they make this an 8-7 half, I don't see how this can't be doable for Mythic to at least make this map further competitive.
Yeah, keeping it competitive is the question we had to begin with, so good to see that showing up. But the challenge will certainly be on this T side. There's a little bit of optimism going into it, seeing how clean they're getting these CT rounds now. But that will come to an end as Lex is taken out. A little too many flashbangs for him to be able to see a way out of that situation. And multiple mollies thrown while there's a smoke still up. A little bit of a slip up for Eros. But they still have the man advantage on this A side.
They're running out of utility. This allows the counter attack to come through here from Mythic. J-Dubs at least able to pick up Cryptic, but can't cover. There's he runs out, takes down JoJo, and the rest of the retake is falling apart. Eros hit them with the pace change up for the final round of the half, and they have a lead going into the second. See you at the end of the break for the side swap. Welcome back to DreamHack Open 46. First half just went down. Nice little comeback attempt from Mythic, but it wasn't enough to stop Eros getting a small lead. I'm joined along by Trevor Victress, and we have a little bit of a ramp rush to kick this pistol round off here from Mythic, and Lex here in Squeaky looking to lock things in, but no. Jason will deny him from the multi-frag. Mythic want to come back the other way. They want to pay a second visit here. And Jason will welcome them with open arms. J-Dub struggling for the frag will eventually trade. Leaves us in a 3 versus 3, but Mythic don't want to stop here. Double swinging towards Squeaky. Cryptic taking the worst of it. Down to 11 HP.
And this entire time, Flom's helping provide for the lurk. Lex is unable to. Taking that extra shot without you. Oh, finding the headshot.
And Flom even
making
continues.
it too.
Flom even
Looks
continues.
like
Runs through the round, and J-Dubs finishes. It's going to be Mythic with the pistol.
That's going to be exactly the start they need. We're worried about the coordination and the level of skill that Eros would be able to bring on out. So Mythic able to brute force their way and adjust will be important. Also, beautiful lurk from Lex, able to find that initial opening for the map. Get that opening as they try to get that early lobby control, as they call the ramp rush.
Yeah, and they just call their teammates back and run in crunch back lobby again and just isolate the kills, get it done. Forced by inhale from Eros, plenty of SMGs, Eagles. Actually, it's a different weapon for everybody. It's like variety hour out there for the Eros guys. And a P90 for JoJo, because why the hell not?
Well, you don't know if you're going to be going against armor or unarmored players, but you know for the most part they're going to have pistols or SMGs, so the P90 actually sort of fits in this weird finicky round. Just the only thing that doesn't make sense is how much it'll suck when they have a proper full buy up, which you know he'll still be holding it in hand.
We'll see. Yeah, he'll still be going in. He's doing entry duty, but he gets picked off. Larcy playing on the edge of that smoke, a little one-way favoring him, and JoJo caught looking the wrong way. Who's gonna pick up the mantle? Mythic gotta do it. First, though, you gotta secure this round. Sluggy will take down Jason. Oh my, Umar has pushed all the way through outside. Sluggy's gone. Sluggy's... Oh, whoa. Oh, Umar has to go in for the reload. It's more information going the way. Trades back and forth. It's down to a 2v2, but Cryptic is dropped down low. Has the scout, gets a tag, now switches to the pistol to try and finish them off, but it's the wrong player. And it leaves Larcy in a 1v2, coming in from lobby, trying to clutch.
Yeah, an important clutch to try to find here, just walking, trying to find one of those AKs, but only has 3 bullets, doesn't go for the reload, doesn't want to give that sound cue, and he's been able to walk right by him.
He's getting flanked.
I believe his back exposed, which is what will be found by J-Dubs, able to take him out. And really good teamwork to quickly respond. Surprise player from Eros trying to take a pick, immediately able to follow up and get that trade response, no matter how quick Eros are trying to slide in and take players out.
That's a little bit of tilter there from Umar. That should have been clean. 1 bullet and should have done it, and then he has the opportunity to get more. And
The easier the shot, the harder it is to land, honestly.
Yeah. It's the Draken effect. Double flashes here for Umar to try and facilitate some sort of aggression, and it might just work until it doesn't. People recover from the flashbangs, and the rest of the round entirely cleaned up. They go into the grinder, and Mythic will spit them out. But Eros, they come in revitalized. They have a full buy. And Umar finally has it off.
Yeah, it'll be good to see it in play and how they want to use it. And they don't have an op, but they do have a P90 on Mythic, and that's what they're going to be working with. As he's more interested in dropping more cash on that rather than a Galil.
Umar is head armorless as well. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Yeah, that's very true.
JoJo didn't... Someone dropped the P90 to JoJo.
Hold up. I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
It's more expensive.
He wants the P90, they're going to give it to him.
It's more expensive than a Galil. It's worthwhile.
Yeah. If you're just not a fan of the FAMAS, even with the recent buffs, I can understand it, at least for the CT side. Sort of like a compromise to work with. Fantastic shot from Umar. But on the T side, when the Galil's 1800, and with those buffs in, it feels impossible to argue spending almost an extra 700 just to get the P90.
He's walking down secret. Cryptic is here holding from Mini. and they're looking to split ramp at least here, are the Mythic side. Umar is down here, though. He doesn't have head armor, though. That could prove dangerous with this P90. Never mind me, Umar. Second kill of the round. Gonna reposition down low. Flom might be in for a rough one. Gonna try and make a move, but somehow slips by Umar's scope. Stays alive and keeps this round alive. Along with it for Mythic. But a 3 versus 5. Pick up the P90 Flom.
It actually would be helpful, but the one issue is you'd have to make a sound cue to pick it up, which would certainly be heard. So just trying to alert and just get the timing right. Oh.
Ever aware from Umar! Umar gets
That's an ace!
Alright! Umar just swats them aside. He's everywhere. He's so aware as well. He's ready for Flom at the decon door, and Umar just from 7 kills. He still doesn't even have an even positive KD right now, but he's well on his way with wielding that AWP. I talked about during this pregame how lethal he is with an AWP. I mentioned it during the pre-round, and boy, he delivers.
Enough to have Mythic call a timeout, try to slow him down, or at least comprehend what happened. Umar almost doubling his kills with that AWP in a single round is an absolute great way to open up and show your impact with it first time you pick it on up. So Mythic now have to figure out how they want to address Umar running around this AWP, able to pick apart every single Mythic player across the map and be able to continue this T-round streak and make sure they break that CT economy.
Mythic do have another buy-in, and it seems like the trolling days are over. There will be no more P90s. And, oh, most certainly not. Flom taking matters into his own hands. Removes the star from the sky of Eros.
Well, fragging's one way to deal with the player, so that's going to work out for them. Able to let them get that man advantage to play around with that outside control.
Jojo gets flashed in. Cryptic completely blind, and Jojo capitalizes perfectly. Nice setup there. Ready for the player in secret. Cryptic can't respond. And what was Eros' biggest asset, trading, isn't really here in this round.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard for them to be able to utilize that to try to take out the win after a very strong multi-frag round. Oh. And I's not able to find anything. Jojo with the second. And now it's just Jason stuck cubbied up in the vent, and Flom's certainly going to clear. Oh! Tries to clear it, but still, Jason finds a double.
There's can come up the vents as well. Make this one interesting. That has been heard, though. He's going to get shot in the back instead from Jojo, who's gotten himself a 4K this round. Flom starts it off, but Jojo gets every single other one. And Mythic are right back on their feet. Eros gonna go and reinvest, but they don't have Umar's off this time.
Something perfect to expect from Jojo. That first frag getting, because he just happens to decide to do a very quirky move and just stand on the side of that little railing next to the stairs. So the angle from Cryptic trying to fire through the flashbang chaos is completely off due to the higher elevation Jojo is at, staring him down with the peek.
Well, I'm going in for a bit of a ramp peek to start. Hoping that Lercy overextends just a bit. Been good towards the ramp side, but hasn't been tested in these gun rounds. Seems like Mythic, again, gonna run a lot of these slower defaults here on Nuke, work the outside control, and see where you go from there. Utility is so important for Mythic, because it will decide which bomb site you choose to take. If you have plenty of mollies remaining in your arsenal, take it towards the A site. Plenty of mollies could be used there. If you're running low on utility, though, B site is a very tantalizing prospect. That's how the playbook typically shapes out, but with Jojo going down, the playbook starts to go out the window, and you have to start improvising.
Yeah, getting that man advantage, what Eros are comfortable with the most, and should be favorable. Umar getting tagged down to 14, still able to keep his life for now. Jason focusing on that hut hold, and they're leaning towards ramp. It's going to be all up to this Fabas on Lercy to keep this advantage. But looks like the smoke will incentivize him to slowly walk away. But J-Dubs has been able to get the lurk here all the way to decon. Could catch him on this bomb site. completely exposed.
J-Dubs has the keys to this round. Player sees exposed. Umar coming down the vents as well. J-Dubs gonna swing on in, spin around on a dime, but Umar has the frag, has the headshot. Might be the round. Lex is able to finish. Now it's up to Flom. Gonna get wrapped by Cryptic, and that will be a quick crush of the round there from Eros. They all crunch in from all different angles and sides. It was up to J-Dubs, but he just didn't come in time and couldn't readjust to Umar. Eros reached 10.
Yeah, Umar able to find that headshot instantly with that M4, not allowing a shot to be able to find him. So even though he had 14 HP, he found that key pick to just eradicate the control of Decon and just allow Eros to surround them. But still, with that being the case, a little bit of money for Mythic to work with. Not enough to get a true buy on up, but can at least try to cause some trouble before the next full buy on what they'd expect to be a tied game so far, 11-11. Doing a very good job rather on this Nuke T side.
Yeah, that's what's... I mean, that's definitely it. They're keeping themselves competitive on their opponent's map pick. They still have a lead. Could fade away quickly. We'll see what strategy they pull out of the hat here. Top hit, ramp rush. Two very prevalent strategies on this type of round with the Tech 9s. A boatload of flashes, 5 of them. Might be expecting a bit of a top hit. All 5 players towards lobby, and I think that might just be the case. They're going to split up, divvy themselves out, come in through Squeaky, but they're just running through a smoke straight into Ice M4. There's a chance here. There's a couple of frags back and forth, but it only leaves J-Dubs in a 1 versus 3. But the bomb is in his possession. Well, he could get it if he wanted to. Right now, he has 1 minute and 28 on the clock. And he's going to use every second he got.
Interesting long con to go for, just focusing on towards heaven, hoping they try to take some engagement towards him. Looks like now we'll decide to try to grab one of these M4s and get an adjustment. And it's actually just going to stick the bomb plant, but faking it and just swinging out, finding that first opening. And the op shot only does 27 to him.
This is doable.
He's just waiting for another swing.
This is doable. Now he's going to fully stick the plant, and no one's going to peek off the back of it. He's given himself a post plant, a 1 versus 2. And Umar has just expended the smoke. A crucial part of the retake is now out of the picture for Eros. J-Dub's coming in from the squeaky side. Gonna catch a molly his way. He's been spotted, takes Cryptic down, but Umar's also ready for the swing. And so that will be an 11th for Eros, but a great effort made by J-Dubs and great damage dealt as well.
That molly able to get that round. Cryptic able to force him out in the open from the grave. Not able to swing out wide, or having to swing out too wide, and he had himself exposed to both players. That being the case, able to slowly convert that 11-11, but not without its cost. Look at the bank on Eros currently.
Yeah, that round, that almost clutch attempt from J-Dubs has teed up Mythic to break Eros' money for the future. Win this round and Mythic could win this game, but they're gonna hinge it on an A-side execute, and it is all falling apart. The wheels have come off the bus. And Mythic could already be out of this round. It's already a 3 versus 5.
That's all you need to work with if you can get a pick, possibly B site control. But they haven't been able to get anything, just exploding out A early. And now they're just going slowly towards ramp with the contact play. It's going to be a free pick for Umar. Whoa. This is the second, trying to jump between shots, maybe providing a little extra inaccuracy, not letting things fold his way. But still, it's left 2v4, and even if they can find this B bomb site, they have to get at least 1 pick. Cryptic just close here with this off angle, just to give the space to make sure they can't get this bomb down safely.
Oh yeah, and Cryptic thrives in these situations as well. He's on the control steps, but he's actually going to play more passive. He's going to wait for his teammates and play the post plant. Lex is just going to give it back straight to Cryptic. This is a freebie. He'll take that. Jojo in a 1v4, and playing from the dark position, he's one and done, almost certainly. Molly at his feet as well, if that wasn't already enough. And this will be 12 now for Eros. Mythic missed their window opportunity here in this one, and Eros can now stretch to a lead.
Yep, able to steal that AWP away and get some proper reserve cash while forcing Mythic to go into another half-buy situation. should put them in that favor to get that CT lead we're all expecting, able to start closing this map out, show that they can be more confident on Nuke overall. A questionable move, trying to start with the same repeat. Usually very dangerous trying to push through the smokes, and they aren't able to make it pan out twice. Usually a pretty ballsy call to go for it that often. And now with just these pistols, looks like they're trying to slow things down a little.
Oh, they're going for a mini split.
Outside control.
Oh, and Cryptic is just ready for it, watching the top of the silo, and gets 2 kills. Lex with the bomb now, trying to hunt down Cryptic, and actually he'll be successful in that, but the rest of his team hasn't really found that same gusto. Gonna break the locker window. He is up for the clutch. He has armor and an AK and the bomb. These are the proper tools. He's ready for Jason. No. Jason has it locked in. 13th now for Eros. Attempt there from Lex. It was possible, but it was just not meant to be. Now, Mythic, this could be one of their last full buys on Nuke. If they lose this round, it's starting to get into must-win territory to keep this competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. And not able to find that much damage, so still a little bit of decent economy on Eros overall. So they're still going to be able to keep up that fight. Certainly one of the best ways to get a comeback towards the later ends, just breaking that economy right at the end. No way to give time to recover. Numar with that blind shot towards Squeaky. Fortunate for Mythic. Won't connect onto any of their players for now. J-Dubs tries to go for some generic pre-fires just in case. And Umar still seems interested in just
what kind of angle is this?
Squeaky here.
He could just buy a Mag 7 with how he's using the AWP right now. But he's clearing
the best shotgun is the AWP slug.
Here we go. Umar is clearing out all these angles, though. Will he get blindsided? He will. J-Dubs with a huge kill to take down the AWPer, even dueling out versus I. Damage exchange, and Cryptic taking down JoJo, refragged on by Flom. The outside presence has worked out for Mythic, and in spades, in fact, with Lex on this hot lurk, taking down Jason. Mythic have just broken apart Eros, and Lex is gonna finish the job. 12 now for Mythic, and Eros are now on the back foot. You said they had a little bit of a cushion. They're gonna have to dig into their wallets for this one.
Yep, they're going to have to fully invest everything in this to keep the competition. Though, with what they're doing, looks like they're interested in just keeping the reserve cash and just using it as a half buy and let Mythic even the score line to try to keep themselves at much of an advantage as possible.
Yeah, they're actually going to eco this one out for Eros. Mythic with a prime opportunity to even up the score line, bring us deeper and deeper into regulation. Right now, he is playing inside the smoke. He ain't playing no more. Mythic aren't either. Quickly sweeping aside these pistols. Yeah, you gotta take a couple. Yeah, you gotta take a couple risks here and there to try and make things work. Just leaving Lair C in a 1v5. We're looking for this next round, though. Everyone is gonna have absolutely everything they need for Eros. So Mythic might face their biggest competition in this next round. Here's at least getting something on the back end for the confidence. But he could easily get wallbanged out of the round. But it's round 27 is what we're looking for here, Trev.
Yeah, absolutely. Just waiting for time to tick, and certainly no way for Learcy to save that weapon. Just getting a free frag for the scoreboard. Certainly having a little bit rougher of a time. Maybe one thing worth to note, Cryptic with an insane 24-19, but overall, as a collective, Mythic has a lot more frags overall onto these Eros players as J-Dubs takes down Learcy at the end of the round.
That's actually an interesting point. I think I would have to put it down to a lot of saving for Mythic in some of these rounds, as well as the fact that Eros' round wins were not as clean as Mythic's, at least when it came down to that CT side. Remember, there were 3 flawless rounds in a row that Mythic were able to win on that CT side. So, well, that was eons ago, relatively speaking, in this game. Now we're in the hot, heavy parts of it, and Umar, a chance to make his KD just a bit better, misses out on that opportunity. And now, Mythic take more space off the back of it.
Like Umar's cautioned about multiple players encrypted with a clean shot, denying JoJo on the drop down, making a free pick out of it. Now J-Dubs has to deal with this outside movement, and still this AWP's walking around, and they even have a second on Leersey just in case. It's gonna be difficult for J-Dubs to find the space for a pick here without getting taken down.
Yeah, for Mythic, they're just huddled up towards the lobby here, and Eros are anticipating an A-site play, and this is the perfect read for the situation. They're going to drop all their smokes at the opportune time. Right now, Mythic are just forced to sit and wait. Eros aren't making any aggressive moves to get the guaranteed map control, but they know outside for the most part is clear, with Umar watching that like a hawk. For the rest of Mythic, they're gathered up towards the lobby. They have the opportunity to go down towards vents, but with J-Dubs lurking outside, let's be sure this is going to be an A-site split. Jason playing this off angle as Mythic are walking out contact. Jason could get so many kills here. Blom could get blindsided. That's the bomb drop. That's all the information revealed. That's all the information that Eros needs, and they're going to capitalize. The crossfire is too good, and Eros walk away with the 14th.
Yeah, Eros able to guarantee that they just haven't been able to push anywhere, and with that, they can just hunker down around A and force Mythic right into them and rip them apart. And that said, their money's still a little bit rough, so it's a bit of a concern as they are trying to keep and maintain this double op setup. It's going to be expensive, especially since Mythic are also on their last limb with these AKs. So we'll be potentially deciding who ends up with the win on this first map. So, little room left to breathe for Mythic. And Eros are going aggressive.
Umar, this is his home turf here. Aggressive outside with the op. Up close. Battle offing. Second kill on the Lex. Third kill, of course. Umar's no-scoping prowess shows its hand. And Eros have just brought themselves to 15. Flom, he can steal an op, but Leersey has spotted him even. This is just outright rude. Eros are coming in to clean up. Flom will only get himself one. And it's Eros on map point, looking to lock their own choice in for themselves. Next map will be Vertigo. But Mythic can still bring us to OT. It's still a possibility, but they don't have much money to do it with.
And it's a possibility, but they're going to have to pull out an absolute miracle to give themselves the chance. They have to beat 2 full buys here, and they have very little to work with. They can try to manage things the best they can, but they need to just try to find some space somewhere. Too much just sitting around overall, or not able to coordinate together. Eros able to go aggressive outside and get those picks. Mythic unable to respond or able to get that space themselves. It's going to be very important for them to be able to find that, to give the space for these players to breathe. Eros have been able to adjust and lock them down. Though things have been stressful overall, they still have this lead in 2 rounds to be able to close out this first map and assure themselves that Mythic aren't causing any surprises or some extended fight in overtime.
Lots of emphasis on the utility purchased up for Mythic here, and they're exactly why they're going to be going in for a top hit, trying to get down the vents, but JoJo is the first to be knocked out of the round. Tries to go for an aggressive play, but Cryptic just spams away. More spam onto J-Dubs, 11 HP, now down to 2. Pushing the smoke. He has the bomb in his hands as well. Just gifted that one over to Eros. At least there's some refrags in from Flom and Sluggy, and especially Sluggy, who has just multi-killed his way into the site and has made this a 2-on-2. But Umar could come up the vents and end them here. A 5-7 and a back-turned. For now,
just
we
all
just
up
wait.
to the timing. Yeah, just holding, waiting for that info, and they've gone all the way to back lobby. They don't even have the bomb. It's still just open out on this A side. I'm not sure if Leersey's been able to see it and get that info. No, they saw it, last saw it on A. All it takes is Umar getting a good shot here, and that bomb's going to be left in a hellish position. And just both these double ops, and looks like Umar is going to be going up this ladder in just a second. He wants to. Everyone on Mythic's just waiting, trying to use that bomb, sticking it this time around.
Oh!
And Umar finds that beautiful first shot.
Flom in the 1v2. Stay in the map here for Mythic. He's pulled up some magical clutches before, and he might have just hit the timing here. Onto Umar, swinging wide, takes the
Line
first
up.
kill. Laercy now in the 1 versus 1. Fake defuse thrown on out. Gonna play on the edge of the smoke. Misses the shot though. Flom still with a chance. Laercy tries to go for the defuse, and Flom hits the 1v2, of course. The clutch player for Mythic. And now it's the final round of regulation all of a sudden. It was looking desperate there for Mythic in that round, but they claw themselves back and have a chance at OT.
It's still absolutely desperate. It's a miracle they got that round, but they got it. They have the chance. One more round, one more opportunity for Eros, or they have to start doing an extended fight just to hold on to this even longer. And Flom has this AWP back out once again, and JoJo's going to try to cause some trouble with the Tech 9.
Oh, but Flom goes aggressive and walks into Umar. Here's JoJo. It's a Mac 10. Easily split into mini. Lots of head armorless players as well. Dropping down, spots out Jason, and there you go. Pops one head, maybe another. Instead, it's going to be Sluggy and J-Dubs all turning up in spades. And this one, so likely to go to OT. Laercy and Cryptic to do what is just normally considered an impossibility. You'd save in this situation, but it's the final round of the half. Laercy is going to get cut down by J-Dubs and Cryptic in a 1v4.
Yeah, this last round, they decided not to have Cryptic on Mini, and with that, that just gives this opening. JoJo's able to find that initial pick, have multiple players focus on his position, and just allow them to run out hut and just run rampant around this bomb site. And now we're going to OT.
We're going to be heading to overtime, and we're going to be throwing it to a bit of a short break. Pause to allow the teams to discuss and get ready for the extra rounds. We'll see you guys in just a few short minutes. And welcome back. Overtime, forced out by Mythic. And are you serious? Immediately what catches my eye, Trevor. JoJo purchases a P90 within the first round of overtime. He could buy anything. A P90 is his first weapon of choice. I'm Fly, my co-commentator and Trevor Victus. And JoJo is giving us a run for his money.
Yeah, he glued down his W key, purchased the P90, and he knows no bounds of what else to do. Been able to get all the way to vent, and I think they're going to use this just to go back to A once again. Just go right up the vent.
Sluggy just triple entered the site. And has brought this
one way.
Brought it down to a 2v2. JoJo is going to swap out the P90 for the AK because he knows the gravity of the situation. Retake attempt here from Eros, attempted, but that Molly's going to slow down the effort. Cryptic here from Mini, though, comes in on a rotation, will play his hand. JoJo creeping around the smoke will be able to take him out. And now it's going to leave Umar for the clutch, swinging over the one-way smoke in the 1v2, and he finds no dice. It's Sluggy, opening up the first round of OT for Mythic.
Just going for these A site plays is debatably one of the most dangerous and risky things you can do, and it hasn't been consistently working, but just the moment when they need it, they're finding these rounds time and time again, and Eros seem to be unable to adjust. They need to stop this, or else Mythic are going to get away with way more T rounds than Eros might be able to handle.
Already with very fast pace, they took this round, and now fast pace out towards outside. Cryptic playing inside the smokes, hears every single footstep. Where will the rotation be? As Mythic begin their slow walk, and maybe Cryptic doesn't know. Mythic have all crossed into secret, and Cryptic has let them gone past. Where's the rotate is the bigger question. There is an op posted from ramp, but there's still plenty of utility for Mythic. I feel like we're going to be going into a very deep post play, but Umar, look at this position.
Yeah, he needs to bring back the performance from earlier. Just keep landing these nasty shots. Just get as many frags as possible. Does have an AUG rotation to help with that window info. They certainly know the recipe that's cooking up, and it's a B play. Trying to get in. It looks like they're stalling a little, just trying to wait for that opening.
Oh,
they might line up here.
Oh my gosh. JoJo actually able to get the frag, and it's actually all of Mythic who are able to open up, taps away from Lex at long range, but Jason is able to answer back on the J-Dubs, and JoJo is pinned down here. He needs to find a way to get out of this position. Nades, mollies, all in his direction. It leaves Lex to attempt the clutch. Only on 31 HP. It's going to have to be snappy from the old dog. Needs to put it together. Spots out the first, and Jason down to 10 HP, but he gets traded by I. And it's Eros who will be able to even up. A great attempt, though, from Lex.
Yeah, an amazing job. Even had a chance there. Surprising they're able to get that retake there. Able to catch one of the players trying to exit through decon rather than take the engagements, unfortunately. As well as having all those nades saved up to force JoJo into the open. Just puts Lex in that terrible situation. And with that, they're able to get that round and at least find a chance. And I would certainly hope Mythic aren't just going to explode A and again, but it almost feels like they're about to do it and probably get the round too, with how things have gone just at the end of the last half.
To take this one in their own hands. Final round of the first half of single OT. Lots of numbers, and Cryptic is going to keep putting more up on his scoreboard. He just broke the 30 mark with Actil on a Flom. He's been waiting to break it for and finally gets his impact in. Umar now posted on the ramp side. This is an uncharacteristic angle. Sluggy might not be prepared. But for now, he'll be patient. Mythic have to play in this 4v5.
And the second they give another opening, if it turns to 3, it's going to be a bit of a problem. But they do have to find something. Sluggy wants to take this risk. Just the right timing almost found. And it looks like he's almost interested in swinging past, but decides to go on back. Just allow this to brew on down. J-Dubs does have the info. With how deep this CT play is, there might be a bit of opening on A here. A's taken down. Now it's a 4v4, and there's only 2 players on this A bomb site.
They're both playing up on the rafters with a difficult angle to clear, but Jason gets cleared out. Larcy, it's up to you, but he gets immediately traded. Jojo with the clean entry. Umar on the rotation, though, wants to stop the round, but he goes a bit too overzealous for J-Dub's liking, and Mythic will take the round, the final round of that, and they have a lead at the half, at the side swap here. Eros now have to make the comeback to try and drag this into a double overtime affair. Mythic are only 2 rounds away to 19.
Yeah, just able to find 2 rounds out of those A plays is absolutely miraculous. The fact that Eros just, no rush, just ran 2 players through the molly, just desperately trying to deny the bomb plant that was put in a safe position. So much effort to try to take it out. Just leaves an absolute blunder and an easy round for Mythic to seal on out after the tense fight to get that site to begin with. Slipping up right at the end, and I think that pressure is starting to show, and it's making Eros start to slip on up as they try to find plays here. Jojo's set up on garage as well as J-Dubs just keep this outside control.
This timing is terrible for him. Cryptic just walks through the smoke, but it's Lex on the site who's been able to double up, looking for a bit more, and he's already got. But it's Jojo coming in from Mini. He's looking to lock down the round. It's down to I. He gets picked, and it's Mythic with map point, bringing themselves to 18. Huge play from everyone involved.
This is probably something you'd consider an upset, at least specifically for this map pick, and Mythic are a round away from doing it, and I'm not sure I'm confident in Eros able to keep this together. Just falling apart, trying to follow and mimic Mythic in their plays, able to find that first pick, but Lex is turning into form and not making sure to hold on and deny anchoring the site, not letting things fall apart just yet, and now it's I with an AWP trying to find this next pick. Instead, it's Blom taking down Lursel early, and no trade potential found.
There is this little outside play, a little group of 2 players, a duo between Umar and Cryptic. The 2 top players for Eros are still standing. Oh, Mythic, will they even give them any fights? Cryptic read into this position here from Jojo. His off angle seems to go uncleared, unchecked so very often. Jojo wants to swing out alongside J-Dub, who's resurfaced from Secret, and here's Jojo to drop the bomb. 2 versus 4 here to lock in map number 1. But Cryptic has something to say about it. Instant headshot onto Jojo, leaves it to Lex here on the A site. As players beginning to move, and Cryptic is beginning to dismantle them player by player. Lex now in basically the 2v2, and he'll take down the heavy hitter, leaving Jason for the 1 versus 2. Walking up on the site on towards Lex. The flashbang doesn't connect. Jason is gonna keep pushing forward. Terminator, no care, takes down Lex, but he has to get that bomb. 20 seconds remaining. He has to full sprint outside, recover the bomb, and find a place to plant. Will the time even benefit him? Is he going to go back through Mini? He's going to come back through Mini, and Sluggy's just hit the timing of timing to try and close down the map, and he's found it. That's going to do it here for map number 1. Mythic secure in single overtime. They bring it there, and they capitalize.